It's team announcement time. It's a Monday. It's very unusual for a Monday to have a team announcement there. And I tried not to start this video because I was pointed out on one of the comments that I keep on saying, "Hi guys, welcome back to my channel." So I tried not to start this video like that. So still coming up with a new one. I didn't know it was that apparent, but yeah, all in good fun. So the Boks have named their team. And a very interesting team it is. I think some people expected the Boks to go for the I suppose strongest lineup. In a way, this is probably close to the strongest pack that they've got, but a bit of experimentation in the back line, and going to be interesting to see what happens there. I think the most interesting one is obviously Canan Moodie in the midfield. He's going to go up against probably Rico Ione. It's going to be a big test for him. But yeah, as my colleague Hendrik Cronje quoted him the other day, Canan said in the last World Cup when he was still at school, he painted the number 13 on his chest and supported the Springboks. And who would know that prophecy would come true? Yeah, for a couple of years later, where he's now going to almost go into the World Cup as a backup 13 as well. So yeah, he's been exceptional. He was great against Argentina, and man of the match performance again against Wales on Saturday. Even though it was a weakened Wales side, you can only play what's in front of you. I know a lot of people are sort of writing Wales off, and yeah, I mean it wasn't the Wales that we normally encounter. But at the end of the day, you got to play your game. So I think you got to take that into account. So yeah, Canan named it 13. That's the big. I suppose I won't say it's a surprise because the Boks have been talking about that for quite a while. But interestingly, they've gone with it against the All Blacks. Now, I don't think there's any tougher test for any team than going up against the All Blacks, even though it might be at Twickenham. You know, they're still going to be in front of 80,000 fans. There's going to be a lot of expectation, a lot of pressure on the players. And to play a guy in his first game at 13, he's 20 years old. At 13 against the All Blacks is quite a thing to do. But yeah, it's a bold decision. They feel obviously he can do it, and I think the two man of the match performances probably aided that decision that they want to have a go at that. So it'd be interesting to see how he does on Saturday. I don't see anything reason why he can't do it. He's a big, strong, physical guy. He reads defence well. We saw that how he did that on Saturday against Wales. You know, the intercept and the way he's read defences in the past against Argentina as well. So he's really done pretty well in that. I think they feel that he can step up and do the job. And you know what? If he succeeds, he adds another sort of option for the Boks as well. But let's first hear Jacques Nienaber's reasons for why he chose him there.
I think if you look at Andre, the couple of games, let's start with him first. If you look at the couple of games that he played for us, I thought he had good games, and obviously he's in the squad. And I think if you look at the amount of games that Dukes had, I think that's just a nice rotation. Dukes have played 80 now for a couple of weeks. And then, Canan would be probably from the outside would be an interesting decision. But for us, Canan has always been at the back of our heads, a backup there. And obviously, Canan is now a backup 13 for us until we've got other options that we can play there. Obviously, JC is playing and currently starting there and he's in form. We can move Damian Dalenda out to 13, which we've done before. Until, unfortunately, Luki is still injured and probably 2 weeks away from being fully fit. So with that in mind, we've trained Canan there in trainings. He's operating. And that's why we're comfortable with the fact that we can play Canan there, and it will be a nice challenge for him, obviously playing against a quality centre on the weekend.
In a way, this probably ticks a lot of boxes for the Springboks as well, because they give the other two wingers, Curtly Arendse, KLA, and Makazole Mapimpi, both chances to play again. They're both going to have a run out there and so stake a final claim, for a spot in the starting lineup. And Damon Willemse comes off the bench and he's going to play at fullback. Gives them an interesting a back three that obviously performed pretty well against England last year. And the back three that can really open up the game if it matters. And I think that's what they're hoping of. So they bring back that back three from Twickenham, and hopefully it brings back some memories, and Curtly can slice open again. Damien Willemse started his try last year at Twickenham, so they're probably hoping that the same thing can happen as well. Of course, for the Boks, the big thing would be not to repeat the 20 minutes that they had in Auckland, where they went 24-0 down, well, 17-0, sorry, down after 20 minutes. I think that sort of sunk them there. They came back in the second half, but they don't want that sort of start again. And key to that will be controlling the aerial battle, which they got sort of exposed in that game in Auckland, and it'd be interesting to see how they do there as well. So the back three, I think the fact that Canan's probably with Andre the Giant, the what was his nickname now again, the Agent of Chaos, I think it was at the Harlequins, is a huge thing for him, and it's a good thing for Canan. He's going to have a guy on his inside who can really break open defences, and it gives Andre also another chance to challenge Damon de Lende for that starting spot at 12 as well. So that's going to be interesting. And the Boks, obviously, then we have the halfbacks. Faf is back. He needs some game time. Jacques said it the other day, so I'm not surprised he's back. Manie Libbok comes in again at fly-off, and I think there's going to be a lot of focus on his goal kicking, especially the news now that Andre Pollard's training and almost basically ready to play again. Although Jacques Nienaber did say at the press conference as well, the 33 that was named at the World Cup was the 33 that, and he gave quite a long-winded answer, that the 33 names that they named at the squad announcement were the 33 that they gave into World Rugby. So unless there's an injury, Andre Pollard won't be there, but it's good to know that he's fit and is ready. And, and I know there's been a lot of conspiracy theories, but at least I think the Boks probably done themselves no favours in the way they've described the whole thing. It's quite clear they're hoping that he's going to be okay, but also quite clear that he's not in the squad at the moment, and only if there's an injury. Although, I mean, the way they've kept on talking about him, the way it keeps on getting asked about him, it sort of leaves that door open that something would happen. I don't subscribe to any of these conspiracy theories that that's going to happen, and I've been quite clear in videos that I've made on this channel. But I think it is something that we might see Andre at some point in the team. Traditionally, we've had injuries in World Cups, so if there is one, I'm sure he'll be the first guy called up. But I don't think that unfortunately all this talk also places a lot more pressure on Manie. And Manie's got to. This Friday's going to be a huge test for him. He hasn't started against the All Blacks before, so it's going to be massive to see what he does and how he handles the pressure of 80,000 people. He's been good otherwise. Everything else except his goal kicking, and if he can get that right, then there'll be a lot more confidence in him going into the World Cup from the Springbok side. The Bok management have said they're going to back him, and that's understandable. And so a lot of focus on Manie for Friday night. And then if we look at the forward pack, geez, what a forward pack. There's very few forward packs in World Rugby that can boast that. The All Blacks, of course, have got a forward pack that can match the Boks, and if they do, the Boks might find it quite interesting to see how they go. But their bomb squad is a bit different, but we'll get to that now. But that forward pack, if you look at it, Sia's back for another round. Last week they purposely played him for 40 minutes because of his coming back from his injury. Probably seem to do a bit more this, probably 50-60 minutes this week around. He will lead out the side. So if you look at the rest of the loose trio, I mean, Dwayne Vermeulen's there, the Rock. There's not much you can say about Dwayne Vermeulen. And then Pieter-Steph du Toit is fast approaching his best form ever. He was exceptional against Wales, and I think we're going to see him in his best form at the World Cup. So, I mean, that's a hell of a loose trio as well. Eben Etzebeth there at lock alongside Franco Mostert. It's a combination we've seen before. It's nothing new. It's close. That number 5 role's not locked up. I think Eben's got the number 4 role, and I think the Boks are looking to use Jean Klein and Erge Snyman as the 2 locks going into as a combination. So it's interesting to see they are on the bench as a combo. Only one loose forward on the bench at the moment, and that's Marco van Staden. So that's also quite interesting. It's not something we've seen a lot from the Boks. Very different bomb squad from them in terms of that. And the front row. What can you say more about the front row? The demolition squad. You almost felt sorry for the poor Welsh young front row there. Stephen Kitsoff, Malcolm Marx, Frans Malherbe, and then you back them up with Trevor Nyakani, Oxenchair, and Bongi Bonambi, and that's a hell of a front row to face anybody. All Blacks have got a good set piece themselves, so it's going to be interesting to see that battle. Something I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, that's the side, and not a bad side at all. Interesting to see Canan Moodie. Obviously, that's the big one we're all going to be watching. And Mani the Book, his goal kicking, I think the way Faf slots in as well with him, and is Faf going to get some time, also do some goal kicking. And then, of course, Damon Willems at the back. What do the back three do? And then the forwards, I think, pretty self-explanatory how they stand up. And I just think just generally the Bok demeanour in terms of how they handle that opening 20 minutes after what happened in Auckland is going to be interesting. So yeah, let's look at the team. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. What you think of Jacques' plans and yeah, where the Boks are right now, and your predictions for Twickenham on Friday night. It's going to be a cracker. Chat to you soon.